Central Florida's largest school district is just days away from welcoming students back to class. And when it does, teachers will have to follow brand new rules restricting what they call your children on campus.
If I want to call myself Sally or Jed or, they or them, it's none of the government's business.
Coming up, how Orange County Schools is complying with a controversial law affecting pronouns, plus a policy regarding nicknames now requiring action from parents.
And then 9 investigates how this man was able to shoot 2 Orlando officers months after he was arrested for rape on probation.
And nearly a year after Hurricane Ian hit our area, home insurance premiums continue to skyrocket. We're breaking down what's causing the crisis to persist and how long it could take before there's any relief for homeowners.
This is WFTV Tonight.
In less than 48 hours, students and teachers will fill the halls of Orange County Public Schools. But along with the new school year comes a new set of rules. Good evening. I'm Martha Sigalski.
And I'm Greg Warmoth. As the state puts an end to preferred pronouns in the classroom, parents are now being asked to fill out this form. While it particularly affects transgender students, it also affects students who simply go by nicknames other than their legal name. For example, with me, if it was Gregory and I wanted to be called Greg, I'd have to have my parent approve. New tonight, our Ashley Edlin spoke with an Orange County teacher about this change. And Ashley, she feels like this is just going to be a lot of added pressure.
Greg, that's exactly what she's telling me tonight. She says there's already a lot going on, and she feels this will just be another thing to juggle. And she says that the concern amongst teachers is that these are going to add a lot of pressure to teachers just trying to teach. Now, the school district says if the parents do not fill out the forms for the students will have to go by their legal names. Live in Orange County, I'm Ashley Edlin for WFTV Tonight.
The expansion of the Parental Rights in Education law also requires school districts to penalize students who willfully enter a bathroom or changing facility that doesn't align with their sex at birth. School administrators will be in charge of disciplinary referrals to ensure all cases are handled the same. If school districts and their employees do not comply with the law, they could be subject to a civil lawsuit and face a fine of up to $10,000.
And with just days left before Volusia County students head back to the classroom, district leaders still have not settled on a code of conduct for those kids. The school board spent the afternoon debating several issues, including stricter punishments for students who use and carry vapes on campus. This comes after several elementary-age kids got sick after vaping at school. During the workshop, district leaders were at odds over at home or in school suspension. The board will meet with principals tomorrow to get additional input. Volusia County students start the new school year on Monday. And of course, Channel 9 is your back-to-school headquarters. We're here with you. Eyewitness News this morning has in-depth coverage. It all starts Thursday morning at 4:30 a.m. and we'll have a team of reporters, photographers, and the Channel 9 drones spread out across Central Florida as most other school districts kick off the new year. Good luck.
Some encouraging news tonight about one of the 2 Orlando police officers shot downtown on Friday. While they still face a long road ahead to recovery, WFTV has learned one of the officers has been released from the hospital. That's certainly good news. Investigators say those officers were shot after approaching a vehicle connected to a homicide in Miami. Inside was a man with a long criminal history that had been released on bond back in April.
And 9 Investigates has obtained documents that make it clear that Dayton Veal was on state probation for a year before he was charged with rape and granted that bond. Today, Channel 9's Shannon Butler looked into the things that could have been done to keep him in jail.
The Fraternal Order of Police and the Orlando Heroes Foundation have set up a GoFundMe to support these 2 officers who were hurt. You can see it's raised more than $54,000 so far. If you want to pitch in, just look for this story on the homepage of WFTV.com.
And tonight, we're also taking a closer look at what police are calling a big misstep between the time Veal was released on bond and shot those officers Friday.
Yeah, he was able to escape from this traffic stop, as you can see, back in June, just days after cutting off his ankle monitor. Our Nick Pampantona spoke to several current and former officers about what they think went wrong.
According to police, allowing Veal to touch his car during a traffic stop was mistake number 1. Number 2 was giving him room to roam around and exhibit every sign he planned to run. And mistake number 3.
He is wanted out of Orange County for trespassing.
The dispatch operator clearly telling the officers Veal should be arrested.
No doubt he probably heard that. Even though he's talking, he's still hearing.
Retired Orlando officer Bill Moore, a candidate for Orange County Sheriff, says officers' failure to control the scene and give themselves an advantage by having Veal sit down was a failure that led to what happened next.
Put your hands behind your back.
Veal led officers around a building before doubling back. When mistake number 4 happened, Veal's car was left unguarded and ready to roll.
If nothing else, take the keys out of the car.
Check out those keys. My bad.
UCF police aren't saying if the stop is under investigation or if they plan to make any adjustments or schedule training sessions for their officers. Moore faulted all agencies involved, from the state attorney's office to the Department of Corrections to police at UCF, for many oversights that led to this weekend.
We wouldn't have 2 officers in the hospital right now if things had been different.
Nick Papantonis, WFTV Tonight.
Channel 9 has followed every development in this story. You can find our full extensive coverage online at WFTV.com, along with any updates as they come in.
A former Osceola County Commission candidate accused of running as a ghost candidate last year has learned his fate. Within the last few hours, Carlos Irizarry was sentenced to 180 days in jail. Irizarry also received probation and community service. He was taken directly tonight into custody.
Mr. Irizarry, if you have any personal items that you would like to send with your wife, okay, I see you've taken them out. Thank you. The deputies are going to go ahead and take you into custody.
Earlier tonight, a jury found him guilty on 14 charges related to his campaign finances. Today, he told the court he didn't read a Florida statute on campaign financing before running because it had, quote, too many words, and he didn't keep track of his expenses either. Irizarry later admitted he did read some of the statute and learned more about it after advising other campaigns.
All right, it is that time yet again to get out your Mega Millions ticket and see if, yes, you are the winner of tonight's $1.58 billion jackpot. The winning numbers right there: 13, 19, 20, 32, 33. The mega ball is 14. Tonight's jackpot is the 3rd largest lottery prize in U.S. history. The cash prize, get this, Greg, $783.3 million.
Do you think somebody hit that?
I don't know.
I'm going to say yes.
All right.
We'll find out.
We will.
NASA says its next moon mission is on schedule. After the break, what the crew members hope to accomplish with this historic mission. And then, it may take years for Florida's property insurance crisis to die down. Straight ahead, Action 9 explains what's behind that long wait as insurers hit homeowners with pricey premiums in Florida.
Not often. Here it is, 11 o'clock at night. Wait till the camera pans down. Look at that. 100 in Kissimmee, St. Cloud right now on the heat index. Crazy hot weather returns tomorrow. I've got the latest coming up.
Sky Witness 9 on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, bringing you closer to the scene during live breaking news. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
Go back to school with Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. From live on-the-scene coverage of breaking news to the latest on area schools, get the important news you'll need to know for the entire day ahead. And more cars and buses means more traffic. We'll help you get there on time.
Plus a detailed forecast on how to dress the kids with weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
The major news happening right now while preparing you for what's next. Let our team get you ready.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning, live tomorrow starting at 4:30 a.m.
Insurance premiums are skyrocketing across Florida, as you know, despite state efforts to try to lower those costs.
And with Farmers Insurance pulling out of the state and AAA dropping some policies, the situation is only expected to get worse. Action 9 consumer investigator Jeff Deal explains why some experts believe it will be years before homeowners see prices go down. Insurance experts recommend shopping for insurance well before your current policy expires. If you can afford it, consider a higher deductible to lower your rates, and only file claims when there is a catastrophic event that you wouldn't be able to recover from yourself. If you have a tip for our Action 9 team, head on over to WFTV.com or check out the WFTV Action 9 page on Facebook.
Covering our Space Coast now, NASA is targeting November of next year for a moon mission with astronauts. And the crew of Artemis 2 was at the Kennedy Space Center today to take a closer look at their spacecraft. This is the Orion crew module that will carry 3 NASA astronauts and a Canadian astronaut on a 10-day mission around the moon.
We really look at the Artemis program in its entirety. We look at humans' sustained presence on and around the moon, and then humans walking on the surface of Mars.
The Orion crew module for Artemis 2 must still be completed. Production on the Artemis 3 and Artemis 4 crew modules is also underway.
And tonight, some local hospitals say because of the heat, they have seen a significant increase in patients, according to Advent Health. Its ERs have seen a 20% increase this summer compared to last year and a 115% increase at their urgent cares. In the last 2 weeks, doctors are urging everyone to stay hydrated and limit the amount of time they spend outside.
You go for a walk outside and the typical 2 miles that you walk is harder than normal. That could be from dehydration just because of how hot it is outside.
Dr. Little went on to say if that happens, get in the shade and try to cool off immediately. And Tom, over the years we've been working together, you say the same thing this time of year. You have to hydrate from the beginning.
And that's having
do it at the end
kids
of the day.
in sports, right? And it's not just the little ones, it's the adults and everyone outside. You just can't really catch up. Once that heat exhaustion starts, you're out of the game.
And then you might find yourself at the ER.
In the hospital. Right now, the hottest day of the year today, 99 degrees, and this Orlando heat wave has gone on for 11 consecutive days. That is hotter than normal. Days consecutive hotter than normal. What is normal? 92. Way above normal. Right now, our live current conditions, we are still 87 degrees. Very warm to start the morning tomorrow, which means we're probably easily going to bring up heat advisory criteria. This is for tomorrow. Heat advisory, that means heat index 108 and higher. And if we go up another 5 degrees, it goes into what's called an excessive heat warning, 113. And we had 113 in spots around our area today. So the Weather Service in the morning may reassess and issue what would be a very rare excessive heat advisory or heat warning to parts of the metro Orlando area, all because of a huge heat ridge which has been stretching across the deep south all the way through Texas and is now generally closer to Florida with heat advisories that may continue all the way through this week. So excessively hot for sure, and even hot for us. Now metro Orlando, at least 110. This is our forecast model. We could easily be up around 112, 113 tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Slight chance for a late day downpour, but we didn't get any today in metro Orlando. In fact, you can see where we had our sea breezes finally give a scattered storm. We also have a little piece of energy that slid by to our north and did not give us any rain. As far as tomorrow, here we are at 3 o'clock, and it's hotter than a pistol. We'll once again see some late day thunderstorms along the East Coast that will finally cool you back down. Model's still kind of vacillating a little bit, still showing a little bit better chance for some rain as early as around 3:30 on Thursday. I hope we can get there. That will keep us a little bit cooler, but still better chance for rain along the I-95 corridor and along the beaches. Lake Mary tomorrow, heat index 105, 107, perhaps as hot as 110, as we'll be in the mid to upper 90s. Daytona, very close to that 110 to 113. And again, you may be under an excessive heat warning tomorrow, in addition to Brevard County, where it hit 114 on the heat index scale earlier in Cocoa Beach. But either way, it's hot, very close, if not at record levels. 7-day forecast, weekend always in view. I wish I had a cold front in my back pocket. I always say that in the middle of winter. I wish I could bottle this day up and bring it out in August. But 98 tomorrow, 97, 97. It's going to be hot into the weekend, even into next week. We're still above average, but a little bit better chance for some rain. Greg?
All right, Tom, thanks. One city hit hard by flooding during Hurricane Ian is doubling a monthly stormwater utility fee for these folks. Next, how city leaders plan to use the extra money here.
Download the WFTV weather app. Get a localized forecast from Tom Terry. Just search WFTV. Brought to you by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newlin.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now, 407-888-8000.
It's a privilege to be Central Florida's chief meteorologist. It's something that I take internally. I've spent the last half of my life doing this every day in Central Florida. We pool all of our resources here in Severe Weather Center 9 to give you the latest advanced warning so you can take those early steps to keep your family safe. You have to build that trust over the years, and that's what I always strive for every day. Keep building trust. I try to get every day right, and I won't stop. I'm here to keep you safe.
Much of St. Cloud flooded because of Hurricane Ian in late September. As you can see in these images from Drone 9 flying over the floodwaters in the Majestic Oaks community, this was about a week after the storm.
And now, Greg, the city has a plan to deal with stormwater issues, and our Sabrina Majori explains that plan comes with a cost. Contractors were back in Seminole County today to clean hurricane debris out of creeks and streams. Crews were working on G Creek. Workers were also trying to remove some downed trees. They will also reinforce the banks that became eroded. It all goes as planned. If it does, the debris removal will be done by the end of the year.
Osceola County Commissioners unanimously approved a contract for the Parton Settlement Road project. The project would extend the road from 2 lanes to 4. The new addition would stretch just about 2.7 miles from Neptune Road to Lakeshore Boulevard. The project's design is also seeking to include improved drainage, stormwater ponds, better street lighting, and landscaping. Construction is set to start in January.
If your kids are teenagers, they may be driving themselves to school on Thursday for the first time. Only Channel 9 rode along with Orange County deputies for a teen driver challenge. Teenagers go behind the wheel and drive through scenarios, including skid recovery and emergency braking. We spoke to a Lake Minneola High School student about why he wanted to take the course.
I feel like people view it as kind of boring, but it's definitely been useful and I've already learned a lot. You know, you can always focus on how you drive, but you can't change how other people drive. So you got to be careful about other people.
So true. We are taking a closer look at what teenagers are learning in the course. That's tomorrow on Eyewitness News this morning, starting at 4:30 a.m. And we will be back with Tom in just a minute.
Severe weather updates on WFTV are driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
It is still hot out, Tom.
That's right. Orlando heat wave is going to continue tomorrow. We've had 11 straight days of hotter than normal weather, and tomorrow's going to be day 12. I do expect we'll be all the way back up to about 98, if not 99 on the heat index tomorrow, and we're just going to keep it rolling. I've got like 98, 99, feeling like 110, 113.
This is a little historic too, right? I mean,
we're setting records. It's pretty hot for Florida, I'll tell you that.
All right, Tom. We'll check in tomorrow. Be aware. Yep, and be careful.
Good night.
Take care.
At McCoy Federal Credit Union, we're proud to be a 9 Family Connection partner.
Watch Eyewitness News from any device with Eyewitness News Livestream, sponsored by Bogan Munz & Munz. Choose trust. Choose Bogan Munz & Munz.